This segment brought to you by Kansas Farm Bureau, the voice of agriculture. To join today or more information, go to kfb.org or find us on Facebook and Twitter.
Welcome to Farm Factor. Up first, Dwayne and KC Olson talk about burning as a method of reducing noxious weeds.
Dwayne James joining you once again here on Ag AM in Kansas, and an opportunity to catch up with KC Olson, talking about some of the issues for native grass pastures in the state. Some invasive species, KC, have become a bigger issue, and producers are looking at new ways to try and address that. I know you've done some research and have a number of years of data now at a pretty interesting concept.
Yes, sir. We're really interested in mitigating Sericea lespedeza for the ranchers of this state. Right now, the only tool available to us is herbicide at a cost of approximately $18 an acre. With some of our recent data collection, we've discovered that prescribed fire during the months of August or September will do a better job at cleaning up the Sericea lespedeza at just a fraction of the cost. Some of our clients that have Sericea lespedeza mitigation bills that run to 5 and 6 figures have been the earliest ones to buy in. But we're seeing significant acreage in the state that is being burned about this time of the year.
It's certainly a different atmosphere or climate when you think about a summer burn. I'm sure there's some apprehension on a lot of folks' part that have concern about what will the effect on the grass be.
Well, the effects on the grass have actually been uniformly positive. We haven't moved our C4 tall grass species one iota with applying fire for 4 consecutive years at this time. We've actually stimulated the wildflower and the legume community, bringing some of those minor plant components back that have major influences on prairie health.
Talk a little bit about the importance or why we're looking at that, what Sericea is actually doing to our native glands.
It's a question of what can't Sericea do. It is the plutonium of the plant community. It's canopy dominant, it's allelopathic, it's tremendously reproductive. One stem producing over 800 seeds per year, and it's also a perennial, so it can reproduce off of its own rootstock. The approach to control has to have 2 prongs. Okay, it has to control seed-based reproduction, and it has to control propagation from an existing plant base. Fire will do both of those things, and at the right time, of course. And as Sericea is progressively removed from the ecosystem, the void, that's left behind is being filled by native plants that are quite desirable. And coincidentally, with August and September prescribed burns, we're also getting excellent control of ironweed and western ragweed, the latter of which is a pretty potent allergen for many of your listeners.
We think about the change in philosophy and mindset. We've been used to spring pasture burning in terms of accelerating growth of those C4 plants, but in terms of control, it looks like we have got to get later into the growing season then.
Well, there's a sure way to get into a jam in the range management realm, and that's do the same thing the same way every year. It can be very helpful, very healthy to switch things up for a period of time, especially when you've got a targeted issue like Sericea lespedeza. One of the questions that we consistently get, because up to this point our data has been plant-based only, is what is that going to do to the performance of yearling cattle that come here to the Flint Hills and graze? And we're standing in a location that's immediately in front of a production scale research project that was just started this summer. We will compare August burning with October burning with April burning on at least 6 pastures per treatment, with livestock performance as a primary metric. We will know the answer to this question progressively over the next 7 years.
Our thanks to KC Olson joining us here on Ag AM in Kansas. Jamie, we'll send it back to you.
Thanks, Dwayne. Folks, come back after these messages for this week's Kansas Soybean Update.
Watch Ag AM in Kansas online at agaminkansas.com.